Hey, it's Andrea. This is a very serious message for my family and everyone, and I'm grateful that you all are watching this. If you watch anything, watch this. I know that I talk a lot, make a lot of videos. I'm just trying to save my life, basically, and just doing what I can. And so, anyway, what's happened is I have a very misunderstood disease. I have a disease that is uh, really not understood by the mainstream medical community, but it's coming to be more understood. And I know from going to Tufts Medical Center, they're starting to understand it there. And it's not going to be too long until it's completely understood. It's sort of like getting AIDS before AIDS was taken seriously, or getting MS or any of those things when they were thought to be, just psychosomatic. And the fact that society doesn't necessarily take it seriously doesn't change it for me at all. It still feels the same. It still affects me the same way. It still has just as many consequences. And people who don't think that I'm sick tend to look at me and totally miss all of the symptoms that I have, that I deal with on a very regular basis. And so it's too bad that that happened, but I'm a family member, and I hope that you will try to learn about it for me. So I've been trying to get better according to the rules of the family so far, which are try not to need anything and try to just do it as cheaply as possible. That's what I felt has been going on so far with my Lyme treatment. It's just been like, how cheaply can you get over Lyme? I think I even wrote a blog post about that. And because I know I want to make the family happy, and I mean, I get the impression that it's hard on you when I need money, and so I just try to go without treatments that I might need, or I try to go without doctors. I've had no Lyme doctor for about a year, for more than a year. And so that's what I mean, I've been trying to make everybody happy by doing this. And I've been thinking for a while that I should get a doctor. It's just taken a while to sort of figure out what exactly I would need, or what I would, who it should be, because it takes money and a lot of effort to have a doctor, to get a new doctor. So in the course of my treatment, I'm getting a lot more mental clarity now, and I can do more research, and I can pay attention to what other people are saying more. And so I'm learning from others what you seem to need to do to get better from Lyme, and what's working for other people. And a lot of it is stuff where you need a doctor to do it with you or to help you. It's not stuff that I can do on my own. It's not safe to do it on your own. You get into some areas of detoxification and metals, mercury, anything involving metals like zinc, copper, molybdenum, magnesium, manganese, all that gets complicated, and it's unsafe for me to try to treat it myself. I'm going to need a doctor to do it. And as far as I can tell, I do have these certain problems regarding certain issues that can keep people sick with Lyme. I have many different experiences and reasons that make me think that I do have these problems. And I also have many experiences that make me think that treating these problems makes me significantly better in a way that I haven't been in a long time. For example, the KPU treatment, having a little bit of a taste of that, it makes me feel like something's been fixed about me that's always been wrong with me my whole life. It makes me feel like I'm finally like other people, like I'm finally relaxed, and like life is actually good, and I feel more resilient. I feel like I can actually go out and do things like getting that job and all that. Because I mean, I took the KPU treatment on Saturday, I think, yeah, Saturday, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. This brings me back to childhood. It's just like I can finally take a sigh of relief after feeling messed up since childhood. It's just, and anyway, but the particular protocol that I was taking also had some ingredients in it that I don't react well to, and that's the other issue, is that there are a lot of normal things that most normal people can take that cause me very severe problems, like where I feel like I'm brain damaged or severely depressed or can't think. Certain things that are as common as vitamin B12, which is in most multivitamins, or basically all multivitamins, or something like copper, which is in most multivitamins, and it's just stuff like that. I'll take it and I get severely depressed. And so there's something odd about me, and I shouldn't be this way. And even if I'm not taking supplements, these problems are still affecting me. And the people who really know what they're doing with Lyme has become a very complicated thing. And the experts with Lyme, such as Dr. Klinghardt and Dr. Stephen Harris and Horowitz, and the people, I mean, I've been doing the research that you guys are not doing, so I'm catching the drift of what's important for Lyme and, you know, what you need to do to get better. And I was saying that, yeah, that they're saying that these sort of metabolic issues and hypothalamus issues and dental infection issues and these sorts of things are very, very vital for your health. And also treating mold sensitivity is a big problem for a lot of people with Lyme, and then that keeps them sick. And so to me, it just makes perfect sense. If I've been treating Lyme the way that I can so far, but I'm really still not even at a point where I can move or where I'm healthy, like, it's just basically impossible for me to gather up my things and go and stay at my dad's house for the weekend and then come home, because there's so much that I have to do to keep my body afloat, and my diet is so sensitive. I have to eat such particular things or else I get really serious problems. And if I eat anything that's not okay, which means any food that anybody else cooks or anything I eat out, I get such severe problems from it. That's not normal. I shouldn't have to live like that. I shouldn't have to go through life like that. I need some help dealing with that. And I've been doing, gosh, the best that I can. You should see how many library books I read, how many books I read about healing in so many different ways. You know, usually I wake up every morning and I have a page this big of all the things that I'm going to do that day for healing. I do all the different types of things. Like some days I try to act like I'm really healthy and just act like I'm not sick at all and do what I would do that day. And other days I try to rest, and other days I try to really focus on therapy. I just do what seems to be the best thing at the moment. I do so much work, but I'm not omnipotent and I'm not a doctor. And I've sort of been in this position where I've had to be my own doctor because I'm trying to save the family money. And, you know, it's really perverse that exactly the thing that I'm doing to try to save the family money, now everybody's deciding that I must be well because there's no doctor there saying, oh, she's sick, she actually needs more treatment, you know, she needs to do this and this. And you know, it's my mistake that I need to get a doctor, and there's really no way around it. I do have a serious disease, and I continue to have it, and you can tell from a lot of things. You can tell from the way that I'm extremely fragile, and I get, you know, if I just bump myself, I have serious, I mean, I get fractured easily. I got a stress fracture from walking 2 miles to the grocery store. I get, you know, I bumped my feet and sort of bruised my feet, and I barely could walk for a while, and I had problems for about a month after that. I have really bad acne, and unfortunately I have hirsutism, and I have really crazy, you know, I've got pituitary issues, and just going through the day I'm constantly in pain, and I'm constantly just trying to survive. I've got a lot of, I have to be very careful about my food and my probiotics, and I'm just really coping here. And my mom, who lives with me, is very afraid of leaving me alone in the house when she's going on a trip, just because it's just that tough for me to do stuff. If people touch me, they can hurt me a lot. If somebody touches my head, I might have pain for a long time. I'm always asking people to turn down the volume. I have this thing, I'm like, talk more quietly. I'm always asking everybody to talk more quietly. There's a lot of places I can't go because of my hyperacusis, and that's related to Lyme. And I've been doing what I try to see is the best treatment for the long-term resolution of the Lyme disease. So that was, I did antibiotics, and it seemed like I was going to keep relapsing from those no matter how long I took them, and I was kind of getting too much toxicity from them, so I switched to a Rife machine. And the Rife machine is great. It's great at killing stuff, but it just takes a long time. You have to be really devoted to it, and you have to be in it for the long haul. And, you know, I'm trying for everybody. I'm trying to get better faster, so I kept looking, how can I get better faster? So that's how I found the homeopathy, and it's pretty impressive. I'm using the Deseret Biologicals homeopathy series, and, you know, it's an impressive thing, but the thing is that it's not suppressing the infections to the extent that the antibiotics were. So I'm actually, ever since being off antibiotics, I've been having a lot of Lyme problems. And I don't think that I should be on antibiotics for my whole life, and I think that it was right for me to get off antibiotics, but I do have some pituitary problems, and I do have this thing where I just get injured very frequently. Like every week it's something new. I'm getting some new major injury, having all these problems like problems with my teeth and my bones and like my eyes and my ears and just anything that anything comes by, I tend to get very injured by it. So so I'm not well, and so people are probably thinking that, oh, I must be well enough by this point because I must have made enough progress and I should just be able to go on and live my life. And I'm going to say that from my experience, that would be irresponsible. From my experience with things around here, because the times when I've tried to just suppress my symptoms and go and do stuff, I've gotten very injured. I went out to eat, and I got puffy often if I go out to eat, and I damaged my teeth from something that I ate when I went out to eat. I got the stress fracture. A lot of times even when I get into something like making these videos or when I get into my book, I think that it was this part of it was when I was writing my book, I was so excited about doing that work, and I was doing so much work that I was neglecting my diet and I was neglecting some of my other parts of my treatment, and that set up my foot so that my bones were more sensitive, and then I got the stress fracture because I hadn't been paying enough attention to my treatment. Stuff like if I go out and it's too loud, I can get ear ringing, or I can sort of exacerbate these sort of chronic problems that I'm dealing with. Flying is not good for me. And honestly, I'm just going through a lot with these homeopathic series, and most people who use these say that they really need to be in a supportive environment where they have someone to help them out, because it sort of floors you. It sort of causes a lot of herxing. It puts you in a vulnerable position emotionally because you have a lot of inflammation. I have like sky-high levels of inflammation related to my acne, related to my chronic bone pain, my arm and leg pain, and I'm really not a healthy person. And my boyfriend had to break up with me because I was so unhealthy, and I have frequent nausea, and I've got ear ringing again, and I'm not sure what the ear ringing is from. I think it might have been from taking tart cherry one time. I'm completely intolerant of over-the-counter medications. I have very severe reactions to medications. I can't take any pharmaceutical drug type of things that are chemicals. So this is not health. This is not the way that I'm supposed to go through life. And I also have sensory processing disorder. This isn't like, oh, I'm in this great position where now I'm going to go live my life and it's all going to work out great. No, actually not. And that's what I've tried to do for so many years. Like, I went through college when I probably should not have been in college most of the time when I was in college. I was probably too unhealthy to be there. People in college kept telling me to stop out of college because I was too unhealthy, and to get anorexia treatment. And a lot of time in college, like, I barely could digest food, and I would just spend a lot of time just trying to take care of my body because stuff was so wrong with my body because I was coming down with fatigue problems. And so I've already done that. I've been there, done that. I've done the thing where you try to just go on about your life and you hope everything works out, and you just forget your symptoms and you just say, oh, it's nothing, like, I don't need to get treatment for that, I'm gonna just use my life to keep me healthy. And it's not a good idea, and you can mess things up for yourself in life. You can get worse health. And let me tell you, rather than defending myself against what people are saying, let me just say what the healthy thing is to do, because people around here don't seem to be able to get that in their minds. And the healthy thing is this: I'm telling you all that I have this disease that's not very well understood and that people don't take seriously enough. So you've got an obligation to answer that question for yourselves. Watch Under Our Skin. Go online, talk to my Lyme friends, talk to people, and I guess it's sort of hard to know unless you have it yourself and you can feel it. But do that, and then the other thing to do is to be there for your child, and to say, I can tell my kid is sick, to, like, if you're not going to live with me and you're not going to see me on a daily basis, call, ask my mom about how I'm doing, how things are going, and stay in touch. I'm getting a lot of severe sort of muscle pain right now, probably some sort of herxing. I don't even know which one, because I'm taking 3 series at once, because I'm trying to get better so fast. It's probably not a good idea. But anyway, people, I need you all to be concerned for my life and my health, and I need you all to put my health as a high priority. And I understand that other people have needs too. And the thing is that I'm going to say is, if you have a need for this not to cost a lot of money, the cheapest way to go about it is to get me a good doctor who